Who'd like to start? Tom, Julia.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
In your TV interview, you said you felt the team felt a bit frozen. What do you mean exactly by that?
I felt us more lively when we were 2-1 behind. I felt us in possession, we'd stuck, and we were not moving enough we were not brave enough to pass through the gaps. We were not free enough to control balls under pressure. For the most part of the first half, we had, I think, half ball possession, but our ball possession was mainly in the own half or around the middle line. Our chances came from transition after ball wins, which is not a problem. We had two big chances to go 2-0 up even. We didn't take them. But the reaction after 2-1 just showed me that suddenly I saw what I see on the training ground. We are able to do double movements. We are able to find combinations. We have better distance to each other. We find better combinations with more fluidity. We go through gaps. We have chances with back heels. We have suddenly creativity that we were struggling with before. Still, I think it's our responsibility to lose the match due to two very, very cheap goals that we conceded. We're not happy with the result. I'm okay with the reaction that we showed. I think we equalized and had chances to equalize, big chances, and to turn maybe the match around. We didn't, so the result is the result. And it is, like I said, it is a learning. And it is a tough learning at the moment because we hate to lose. But that's what it is. And we use this test. Everyone who played deserved to play. I am 100% convinced of that, and we need to see the players under these kind of conditions against one of the top 20 teams in the world to be smarter after.
Jonathan?
Senegal clearly have some good attacking players, but you look very open, and it was quite easy for them to get chances to go through you right from the start. What was your thoughts about it?
Yeah, they started very well. We had big problems in the duels, in the one-on-one duels. They were superior to us. It took us a long time to get a foot into duels and to step up towards the athleticism and the physicality in one-on-one duels. 100%, I agree. When we did, we straight away could get dangerous in offensive counterattacks, but yeah, that was a point where we were like second best over a long period in the first half. Second half, I found us then in control suddenly. I don't know if it was easier to play from right to left today, because then we were in control. We dominated the match in ball possession and made it a bit easier to also be closer to the man. We said it in halftime that we need to step up in the one-on-one duels, in the physicality, in the 50-50 challenges. We need to step up and win these balls for us. And then we conceded in a moment where it was absolutely not coming, and we're on the back foot. But still, I like the reaction. I like the energy that came from the bench and the quality. And the players were ready to turn it around, but it did not happen.
Andy Dunn.
Hi, Thomas. I know you've addressed this in the TV interview as well, but obviously Toney only came on right towards the end. He didn't look particularly happy on the bench. He has said before, he said in the last summer that he finds it difficult or finds it sort of hard to come on that late, and he feels it's a bit harsh for him to come on that late in the game. But what was in your thinking not to bring him on earlier, for example, when he took Harry off?
No, that was too early, and Morgan. We wanted to play there with Morgan Rogers, more fluid, much more physical player. I think it was too early for Ivan, because the game, just that we said, was so physical. Opponent was very physical, and we were not close enough to the goal consistently to get his strengths into play. That is my view of the game. And then later on, we created big chances with Morgan Rogers and Ebbs and Morgan Gibbs-White. So we were there, we equalized, and then we tried to bring him on for kind of a special task to be in the end in the box and use his experience in finishing. For me, he is on this kind of level a player that needs to be in the box and needs to be in and very, very close to the box. And in the moment earlier where we had the changes, we were not so close in the box. It was more an open game. It was a lot of intensity needed against the ball to get into a higher pressing situation because we struggled on the ball. So we wanted to bring more bodies into the opponent's half to play a higher pressing. And that we chose different players for that.
Dom Smith.
Tom, so probably hoped and expected that these last two matches would have gone better than they have done.
Yeah, sure.
Would you have potentially learned less if they had gone swimmingly well? Will you maybe learn more?
No. It would have been nice. Then we would have been a step ahead. So now we go into a long break with bad feeling and with a loss, which is not simply not nice and which is not what we wanted. No, I'm not. I will never be glad for a loss, and I'm glad for tough tests and for challenges. So we wanted to feel the quality of a top 20 team. We felt the quality, individual quality, and of Senegal. We felt what it means to them. I heard them in the dressing room before the match. I heard them in the dressing room after the match. So we know, and then you know exactly what it means to them to play against us, and how much joy they express, and if they make this happen. So it's the right thing to test. It's the right thing to challenge. Of course we demand a lot of ourselves, and I demand a lot of myself, and we wanted to play better against Andorra. And we wanted to do better today. Not everything was bad today. The result is absolutely not what we wanted, but it is in a moment a learning, a tough learning, like you said, and still a learning.
Okay, three more. Matt Law.
You said everybody deserved to play today.
Yeah.
Why did Kyle Walker deserve to play? He's had a very difficult end to the season at AC Milan. Manchester City aren't taking him to the Club World Cup, and he had a very difficult evening tonight. So
Yeah.
why did Kyle Walker deserve to play?
Because it counts also what he did in first camp. He played 2 strong matches for us. Both matches were good. He was a regular player for long at AC Milan. Then he broke his elbow, came back very early and struggled to get the rhythm. Once we saw him in camp, he trained on highest level. I felt him very composed. I felt him very proud to be in camp. He took responsibility, helped everyone out, and pushed the standards and the level. So I think he deserved to play. That's why he played.
James.
Yeah, I see the lack of rhythm, I see the lack of rhythm clearly. I see the lack of rhythm. I see the lack of rhythm in misjudgments, in duels, and in anticipation. Of course, I see that. That is maybe also the nature of a tune camp, and of a player that you say correctly has not every minute in his legs lately in the last matches because of injury and struggled to come back in the contract situation that he was just on loan. But we cannot make our judgment on a decision based in the future if Man City takes him to the Club World Cup or not.
James Ollie.
Thomas, I know you've been asked a lot about the weight of the shirt and the sort of psychological aspects of
Yeah.
Now you look back at these first 4 games, is that a bigger issue than maybe you thought it was when you took the job?
Not so sure what it means, this weight of the shirt. I think expectations come naturally with the results and the success that Gareth had with the group and with England. England was now regular in quarterfinals, finals, semi-finals. It comes with it. I just said you feel how the opponents approach matches against that, what it means to them to beat us, to compete with us, and to beat us. I heard it because my changing room was next to the dressing room of Senegal. And I just asked myself, would we have celebrated in the same manner? And I asked myself, would I have been the first one in the dressing room and scream England knock my fist on some boxes. And would the players then have joined, or would they just have thought, what's wrong with the gaffer? It's just a friendly match. He needs to calm down. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit, but I include myself. I don't think that our players would be so happy and so excited about it, and not because they are not, but just maybe because they demand it from themselves, and maybe the history, the latest history brings it with it that they think that everything is normal, and we need to win, and we need to win in style, and we need to win comfortably, and we need to beat everyone, and it needs to look easy, and we want to be exciting, and everything mixed together, and it feels like a little bit that it holds us down, because I feel this, I see the smile, I see the liveliness in training. That's why I also tell you pretty much all the time that I'm excited about what I see, and that I have strong belief in what we can do. But we miss in the moment the translation to the pitch. There is another detail into it that exactly from my point of view on the sideline, and maybe I have to also review it, but we had our best and most exciting and most lively phase after we were 2-1 down, and that just shows me that maybe for some players it was like, okay, nothing to lose anymore, nothing to hold on to, and nothing to be too tight for some. And suddenly we found gaps, suddenly we found turns, suddenly we had one-on-ones that we could win offensively and go through gaps and have runs and shorter distances.
Finish with Simon Peach.
Tomorrow marks a year today to the World Cup starting.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fans have enjoyed more ups and downs in the last 8 years. Is the key message now not to panic?
100%, yes, 100%. We lost a test match, so there's no need to panic. We have 3 qualification games, we have 9 points and not conceded, and we will be competitive in September. We will go for 2 more victories, 100%. We know more now, we are smarter. It is tough at the moment. I'm the first one to dislike and hate losses like nothing else. But it's not next week. We don't go next week to the World Cup. We go in 1 year, and I think by nature it will get more competitive in the nomination process and in the demands for the players to be nominated and to be with us in September, October, November, because of the density, because we enter then a World Cup season. I think this comes by nature, and from there we go.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.